Hi everyone! With Christmas coming up, what's one thing that comes to mind for food at Christmas time? If you guessed fruit cake, you're right. However, I'm not making a fruit cake. Today I'll be making a fruit quake bread recipe. What all goes into my fruit quake bread recipe? 1 to 2 teaspoons rum extract, 3 cups flour, 1/4 cup sugar, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 2 tablespoons butter melted, a 12-ounce can of Fruit Quake Mountain Dew, 1/2 cup of the fruit cake fruit mix. Then for the frosting, 1.5 cups powdered sugar, and 3 tablespoons rum, and I have spiced rum. So let's begin. Preheat your oven to 375. Take a 9x5 loaf pan and spray it with nonstick cooking spray. And set it aside. Take a large bowl, and you want to take your flour, and the flour should be sifted to make it a lot more lighter bread and not so dense. Add the 3 teaspoons of baking powder and the 1/4 cup of sugar and whisk until completely combined. So take your 1/2 cup of the fruit cake fruit, and I just guessed on the measurements because I've never made this before. This is my own recipe. And dump that in the dry mix and fold it in. So take 1 teaspoon of the rum extract and pour that in there, and the 1 12-ounce can of the Fruit Quake Mountain Dew. And I'm hoping this will taste more like a fruit cake than my hot had heat, because that wasn't very spicy at all. And mix that until just combined. So take your mix and put it in a 9x5 prepared loaf pan. And then smooth it out. I'm going to spray my hand and then kind of spread it out with my hand. It was so sticky, the spoon was sticking to it. Set that aside for a moment. Take your melted butter and take your 1 teaspoon of rum extract and pour in with the butter and mix that up to combine. And you don't have to do the rum in this if you don't want to. You can just do the butter. And then pour the butter on top. So put your fruit quake bread into a preheated 375-degree oven for 50 to 60 minutes until it is done, using a toothpick in the center coming out clean. So I have the fruit quake bread. I took it out of the oven after 50 minutes. Let's do the toothpick test. And it is clean. What I like to do is get a butter knife and go all the way around, loosen it up from the side so when it cools a little bit, it will come right out of the pan. So we'll let it cool for 10 minutes, and then we will take it out of the pan and let it cool some more on a wire rack. So I just took it out. It just came right out of the pan. It is done. It is cooling. We're going to let it cool for just a few minutes, and then we'll drizzle the icing over it. I have a smaller bowl. I have 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I don't think I'm going to need that much, but better to have too much than not enough. And I have my 3 tablespoons of rum. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon at a time until I get the consistency that I would like. You want it kind of stiff but still spreadable. And you want to get it nice and smooth and be able to drizzle it. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more rum because it's still pretty stiff. Plus we want to get snockered, right? Usually in fruitcake you use brandy, but rum is also a holiday addition to your desserts. Added another tablespoon. I don't have any brandy, but I do have rum, so yeah, much better. And that is why I have my fruitcake sitting on top of a board so it doesn't drip all over my stovetop. And then you just want to drizzle. You want to do this when it's still slightly warm, so it kind of gives it the little meltiness. Have it drip over the side. And you can drizzle as much or as little as you like. Not the prettiest thing, but it's done. So there you have my Fruit Quake bread. And when Dave gets home tonight, he'll do a taste test. So here is the Fruit Quake bread, a fruit cake bread made out of the Mountain Dew Fruit Quake. So let's see what Dave thinks.
That's pretty good. What, does this have some of that Mountain Dew in it?
It does. Also has rum extract in it and fruit cake candies in it.
Oh, really? That's pretty tasty.
And the color comes from the Mountain Dew.
That's why I kind of thought maybe that was in there. And I smell that fruity smell that I smelled when we had the Mountain Dew.
And the icing is powdered sugar and spiced rum.
I like it.
Recipe deals for easy meals. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is Cooking with Sherry. Until we meet again.